it's good to work with people that have a screw loose, because those are actually the most creative ones to work with. You know, some people might call them crazy, but they're not crazy. They're just unique.
They're my guys. Papa Sonics for the long haul flight. Land in LA, make these pounds take flight. My friends locked up while this time goes.
Nice to have you on the channel again. The last time that we did something like we talked about before we got in the building, that it was...
Yeah, that was 2019, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
Pre-corona and everything.
Yeah, I had a couple of young kids that were, well, he was quite young, wasn't he? The guy that interviewed me.
Yeah.
He bought his laptop.
It was the last minute, because I was out of town, and then I threw together a fresh crew that had their, like, interview baptized with you.
It was thrown right into the fire.
Yeah,
right.
It's good. I done a good job with them.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like I done a good job.
Usually I do these interviews by myself, but today I'm bringing another guy that's been thrown into the fire.
He's not in the fire, man. You're good, man. You're in the water.
He was actually a rapper himself, and a big fan of yours.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And I know through our conversation and what he posted, he's the right guy to bring into this interview to give, like, honor
he's
you.
He's seen like another Huncho song on my story pretty much every other day.
Yeah.
And when it came up, he was like, all right. Yeah, because we actually have our own platform called Look North. And so we did like a collab thing. And
people don't understand. Sometimes it's good when you get together for the greatness of the greater good, I guess.
100%.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you guys are also pushing music coming out of Norway. So, do you know what I mean? It's good if you guys do it together. Yeah, you have your own platforms as well, but getting together is... I guess it's more powerful, and you can grab the attention of quite a lot of people with 100%. Both the people that watch both of your content.
Right. It's the same cause, you know.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's good, man.
You're on a European tour.
Yeah.
You just went to Denmark, and I saw you post. You posted some clip with Lamin.
Yeah.
From Denmark.
Yeah.
Like, did you know him from before? Do you have some kind of a connection, or just became a fan, or?
I actually didn't know him from before. I landed in Denmark, and there was a guy taking care of us there, and his name is Mo, a very nice guy, and we actually were using his studio, and he was playing us, Danish rap, and they played Lamin, and I was just like, yeah, this guy's hard, man. Like, and then he pulled up the day after. I was just in the city centre, just walking around, taking in Copenhagen, I guess. Right. And he was actually with them. So, I just asked him, it would be good to, bring you out at my show halfway through my set, so you can perform your song. And we did that, and it was good, man. I like it, because I feel like if I go to any city, it should be something that people do. And, I can tour with an artist from the UK and bring him with me. But, in this instance, it's good if I'm going to different European cities and I'm paying homage to those to those countries and bringing out someone that's actually, from there, someone that people also respect and they like his music. Because for me, what's more important is the fact that, when they see a UK artist or an artist bringing out someone, they feel like, this artist is now fucking with what we're doing here.
Exactly.
So yeah, and Lamin's a genuine person. So yeah, man. It was quite natural.
And it also seems like the whole UK scene is now looking towards Europe, looking towards Scandinavia, much more so than the last time you was out here. Yeah. And I also noticed that you're actually following Yasin from Sweden as well.
Yeah.
What's your connection to him?
I've made music with Yasin. And our managements both are always in contact and know each other. And yet again, he's a cool guy. I know him, he's a serious guy. And on top of that, I've got friends in Germany, someone that goes by the name of Khatar.
Yeah,
okay.
And he has artists as well, Eno, Mero.
And Eno and Yasin just dropped a song together.
Dropped a song. Yeah. So it's all kind of like linked up, if you know what I mean. It's all kind of, I don't know, I don't know, how can I say it, but it's not on purpose, but we're all like kind of linked up. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I rate Yasin's music, man. I think he's sick.
And I've actually talked to a lot of UK rappers about this. That it seems like the transition the last couple of years, like people been so focused on the US market that they forgot to turn around and look towards the Europe.
I said this 3 years ago. I said this 5 years ago. I said this all the time. I say people are so focused looking to that side of the water where they don't look at this side of the water, which is closer. Because Europe and the UK together is probably the same size as North America. So, you know, tapping into these markets and making music with these people. And don't get me wrong, you have to make good music. So it depends on who the artist is. You can't just make music with anyone just because, you know, you want to make a song with someone from this country and you want to tap into their market. Right. It's genuinely about the music. And for me, obviously, this tour, because I'm, you know, touring back to back, you know, doing dates back to back as well, I don't really have the time to go to studio with these artists. But the moment I go back to London, I'm coming back at the end of this month. And I'm, you know, I'm going to be driving all through Europe, working with different artists. And with me, I ask, you know, the people who they think I should work with instead of judging it myself, because if I come here and ask you, who do you think I should work with from Norway, you're going to think about it sonically, who's going to make sense, like sound-wise, who's going to sound good together with me, and that's the bottom line. That's the main thing that matters, and who's also credible, who's also got established, I'd say. So yeah, I think a lot of people from the UK are tapping into this. I definitely thought about it a long time ago. Yeah. Coronavirus definitely came in the way of that. Otherwise, I would have songs with every artist from every country in Europe, pretty much.
So you're planning on doing a project?
Not even a project, just pulling up on them, making a song with them, shooting a video next day, releasing it the day after.
Yeah, that's so dope, man.
It's like 72-hour conversion rate.
Nice. Yeah, right. And also like the fact that Norway got the kind of nature that we have, like it's so easy to jump on a plane, film a crazy video, and come back with something unique instead of, or you're good with the unique videos, but there's a lot of the same in rap in general.
I think European directors are also, you know, some of the best directors in the world. Yeah. Especially when you look at like markets, you know, and directors from France, for example, they go crazy with their videos. They're very creative. Even I was looking at, excuse me, I was looking at Lamin's videos, and he had a song with a guy called Carmon or something like that. Yeah. And the video,
the bank video.
Yeah, that video is super sick. And you know, whoever directed that is obviously a creative person. So I feel like even when it comes down to videography and directing and stuff like that, which is also very important, it's good to work with people that have a screw loose, because those are actually the most creative ones to work with. You know, some people might call them crazy, but they're not crazy, they're just misunderstood. They're just misunderstood and unique. That's all it is. So
let's talk about the album. First of all, congrats on a great project.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations.
100%. Thank you, man.
Amazing work. Now, for me, first thing that stuck out to me was like, while listening to this album, it's like served as a soundtrack to my life, even though I'm not anywhere near your circumstances. Yeah. Just like, to me, it's a very motivational project, and the things you say and the way you say them give me that extra battery to like get through the day.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
But I was curious about the title, Chasing Euphoria. Yeah. And I was wondering, what is euphoria to you?
Euphoria, essentially, at the end of the album is when you find out what my euphoria is. That's how it works. Same way with how I released Utopia. And, you know, this first song is called Check In, and the last one's called Check Out. You're checking into Utopia, and then you're checking out at the end. So with this, you know, it starts off with the first song, and throughout the whole album, I'm chasing euphoria. I talk about different things that could possibly be a euphoria for me, but at the end of the album, which is the last song, that's where I know where my euphoria actually lies. Do you get it?
That's fire.
Which is only the family.
Right.
Do you get it? So that's where the concept comes from.
Yeah, because I love how it starts out. What you're saying, that actually it all makes sense, because it starts out with you feeling unappreciated.
Yeah.
And then when you say that your Euphoria is the last track, like Sincerely Dad is by far my favorite. Like it stuck out to me. It stuck out to me on the first listen, because first of all, I've never heard you be that transparent and be that, like, you know, talk about vulnerable things, and what's more vulnerable than family.
Yeah.
But first of all, congratulations with having kids on the way.
I don't, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Manifestation.
Oh, okay, it's manifestation. Okay, because that's how I took it. I took it as like you have them on the way, and then okay.
It's good to do that sometimes. It's good to manifest.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering how that song came about.
It was actually me, Quincy, Louis, my manager, my engineer Chucks, my cameraman David.
Right.
And we decided to go away for a week. We jumped in my car. Well, there was 2 cars actually. We jumped in ours. The engineer, cameraman jumped in ours, and we made our way to France. We stopped off in Paris. We had songs already that I had half done that I can finish off. Right. So we went to a studio in Paris, finished off a lot of music, had a very productive session, finishing off, the last verses, 16 bars on a song left or something like that. And then we decided to go to a chalet in Chamonix. It's very close to the border of Switzerland. It's a very mountainous place, huge mountains, not far from the Evian mountains.
Is that like the hiatus video?
Yeah, that's where I done the hiatus video. Yeah,
okay.
Exactly around when we were there, I feel like the energy of the place was right to make music like that. It gave me how can I say?
Euphoric feeling?
Yeah, it gave me a feeling to be more transparent and to talk about things that actually matter.
Right.
So that's, we took our equipment with us as well, our speakers, microphone, laptops, interface, everything. And in this chalet, which was actually a very good chalet, we changed the cinema room, we moved everything around, and we made it into a studio.
Wow.
And we just started recording there. I just feel like the energy was different there. We were in a place where the moment you breathe in, it just smells clean, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I'm from a city. You guys are from the city as well, I'm guessing. When you go out to places like that, it's something that is so rare in our lives because we spend our life going at 100 miles an hour.
Right.
Where now we've completely come to a standstill, and there's more that you can actually think about, especially when you're, I feel like nowadays people don't really have the time to think.
Right.
Everyone's just moving at 100 miles an hour, and next thing you know, you're about 55, 60 years old and wondering, where all your time went. So, it was a very motivational place for me to go there, and that's where the song was made. And, while we were there, we filmed the hiatus video as well, which is obviously, it was meant to be on the album, but we just released it as a freestyle, just to kind of keep up with the concept of the album. But hiatus, is creating a big buzz at the moment as well, even though it came out months ago, mainly in France, because, Benzema posted it with one of his drip videos you're talking about. Crazy. So, yeah, man.
But that's important to you to move around and make music, like taking different
music is music. You can't make music when you're stationary. You can't do it. You have to be everywhere. I have a home studio. I record in my house as well. I record myself. And then, it just depends on the time of day. Sometimes I wake up, I'm like, today I want to make some music. I go downstairs into my house, into the room, start recording music, 5, 6 songs, even if they're ideas. It doesn't have to be full songs, as long as something is there and I'm productive.
Right.
But I feel like music isn't made without experience, and traveling to different places in the world gives you that experience. You learn about different people, you learn about different things, you learn about your own self. Nowadays you have people out here that probably think they know me.
Right.
Motherfuckers don't even know that I don't even know myself yet. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm still learning about myself every day. So it kind of falls back on that. I learn more about myself every day. And, all of us have we have distant memories and things that we can talk about, but sometimes they slip your mind until you can actually think about it. So, yeah, traveling is very important for me. That's when all the memories come out and, new experiences are made and new music and new vibes and new energies and, do you know what I mean? Just new genres even.
Right. But speaking of new energies, like for me, I when I listen to Me and My Conscience with Pot of Paper, you discuss taking off the mask.
Yeah.
And I was just, now I don't know how you look in real life, but personally I'm Middle Eastern, I'm Kurdish.
Yeah. From where? Turkey?
No, from Iran.
Okay, from Iran?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
I like to say Kurdish from Kurdistan.
Yeah, of course.
I don't believe in the whole division thing.
Yeah.
But I've always felt this huge lack of representation for artists with Middle Eastern descent, and I get a heavy like Middle Eastern energy from your music. And
I'm from everywhere.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm from all over the world.
I get you.
Everyone from different places say, "Oh, you give me energies like you're from Alaska."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, thank
Right.
you. I am from there." But, for me, being able to relate is a big thing. That's what is important. Despite where you're from, despite your background, your religion, the color of your skin,
Right.
and so on and so forth. It's just about being able to relate.
Absolutely.
Because in essence, what I'm speaking about, a lot of people from the same type of communities that I come from back in London are, they've all been through that struggle, or majority of them do relate because they have been in positions like that before. Do you know what I mean? So,
But I was just wondering, like, would you ever, or have you ever played with the idea of doing an album unmasked?
no, but if I do it, I'm shutting it down.
Okay.
Yeah, if I do it, I will shut it down, but I'm not going to do it. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my brand. I'm happy with my character. I'm happy with the music I make. I'm happy with how happy I am.
Right.
Do you get it? Like, I don't need to chase a persona or something that is not me.
Absolutely.
Like, I stay true to myself in a world where a lot of people don't. So that's my key. That's what makes me keep elevating and keep going forward, because I am always myself.
Right.
And I'm not going to change what I do or who I am because, people on the internet want me to.
Right,
The internet's
exactly.
not a real place. 90% of them there's people out here on the internet that will say a bad thing about you, but when they see you in person,
There you go.
Yeah, 100%.
do you know what I'm trying to say? They want to
Yeah,
take a picture with you.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
they might even post a picture up saying, yeah.
Or they'll write something just to get your attention, like something hateful, and then if they
don't
get
give
the
them-
attention,
I don't
they'll-
give them attention. I've realized we're in two different tax brackets.
Yeah.
I don't need to. Do you get it? I don't need to do all of that shit.
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, I don't really care about all of that shit. But when you come to the essence and the root of these things, a lot of people that are opinionated actually have nothing going on in their lives. So I hope they find something that they love and make money from it, because that's what I do. You get it?
But speaking of like the track list, to me, New Era and Doomsday are probably the records I've been playing the most. Do you have and outside of Sincerely That, that's by far my favorite. Do you have a favorite yourself?
It changes daily. I like Shout Out to My Ex. I like
too. Fire.
Gone.
Fire.
I like Unappreciated.
Crazy.
What else do I like? There's so many. I like Vivid with Rich 32 and
Yeah,
Gets.
that's my favorite. And the track that I wanted to talk about, because to me, like, I grew up on UK rap and I've been into the scene for a long time, and that's like going into the studio with Mr. Miyagi ×2.
Yeah.
Like, how was that studio session, and how does
Studio session with who? With
Rich and Gets?
Unfortunately, I didn't actually go into the session with them
Okay.
because Gets was actually touring at the time.
Yeah.
And I was away from London, and Rich was the only one in London, so I actually had to send the verse. But when I sent it to Rich, he sent it back the day after or 2 days later. Sent it to Gets. As soon as he got off tour, it's the first thing he sent to me.
Yeah.
And when I got them, I told them that they're going to be on, I told Gets that Rich is going to be on the song, and I told Rich that Gets is going to be on the song. So they both went in there with the old school mentality, which is, if you pay attention to UK music, back in the days in grime, they used to call it a thing, spinning someone.
Yeah.
And spinning someone essentially comes from a thing, it's more, competitive.
Yeah, like
to see who
clashes
does
and-
better on the song. And they both gave it 100%. And even now, it's like, the more you listen to it, your opinion changes on which one of them two actually...
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Just like what we talked about before getting in here, like trying to digest a project before talking to you is hard in itself.
Yeah.
And tracks like that have that effect that it develops,
Yeah, of
like
course.
for each time I listen to it.
Yeah, every time. And that's the thing. Another thing is a lot of people that I've come across, when you ask all these different types of people, what's your favorite song? No two people have the same favorite
Yeah,
songs.
right.
And that's the beauty of making an album that's, transparent and making an album which is relatable and making an album where you're more vulnerable and speaking about, content that's different. Because I can make lit music, 40, my catalog speaks for itself.
Absolutely.
From the moment I done my Mad About Bars, I can make music that you can be lit to, but at the same time, we had a mixture of both in the album, whilst all, at the same time being relatable content. And being concurrent, song after song after song. You're understanding the theme of the album.
Like the variety on the album is crazy. Like you say, it's so versatile. Like you have songs for when you go to the gym. You have songs for when you're burning a zoot and you start thinking about life or whatever. Yeah. Do you feel like there's something left for you to uncover still?
In terms of vulnerability, in terms
Anything.
of content, to be honest with you, I find out more about myself every day. Whether it's my voice, whether it's new ideas, new flows, new beats, all of this kind of stuff. And I'm trying to get better at what I'm doing. I'm not just trying to be an artist, I'm also trying to be a producer.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to do stuff like that where, I'm asking people like Quincy to try to teach me how to produce on, different programs and how to, maneuver and how to do this, chop up samples and all of that kind of stuff. And I feel like knowing everything about your craft is very important because that's what makes you elevate.
But what's the biggest, self-realization going into this project compared to earlier
Beast mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the realization. I'm in beast mode right now. Why do you think the mask changed?
Yeah.
Right now, I am completely unstoppable, bro. Like, you think this album is good because it's content-wise, it's transparent, and I'm being vulnerable and I'm talking about some real shit. You should hear my mixtapes that aren't even out.
Right.
This one, you should hear just the music that I've made in 2022 that's on my laptop. It's not even out.
Can't wait, brother. Can't wait.
So, do you know what I'm trying to say? I haven't stopped making music. Even after the album got submitted to cut, to the label, the music was still getting made in my house.
But speaking of new music, I really fuck with the DNA tape with Nave Smalls. Big up to Nave Smalls.
Yeah, shout out to Nave, man.
I was just wondering if you could do a collab album with anyone in the world. Who's like Huncho's go-to?
Oh, that's a very, very good question. It depends from where. UK, USA?
Wherever you want. You could just say the name and there you go.
Don Toliver.
Okay, wow.
That was unexpected.
Wow, that would actually be fire.
No one thinks it, but now that I said it and you think about it.
No, most definitely. That would be crazy.
Do you get it? It's like,
manifestation on its best.
Manifestation. I like Don Toliver's music anyway, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Travis Scott, that would be a good collab album.
Anybody outside hip-hop, maybe?
R&B, maybe? I won't be able to tell you outside hip hop. Not right now, anyway. No, I can't. I can't tell you. But I love R&B more than I love hip hop.
Yeah, because your rapping is, or trap wave as you call it, it's so melodic, and even though you have bare bars, as you say in the UK, it still doesn't give a feel of that typical box that hip hop usually can put artists in. You blend the ethnic vibe and the production. Everything is just so. It's like a great synergy of things. It's hard to place what's from where and.
But that's the whole point, having a culture clash within hip hop is important. For me anyway, I feel like that's what I do. I bring different cultures into black music with my voice and the scale that I'm using on my voice and essentially if you look at producers from America from back, or like Timbaland, for example.
Right.
How many times have you heard Timbaland sample an old school Middle Eastern song or something like that?
Yeah, like Big Pimpin's Abdul Halim from Egypt.
Exactly, right. and how big were those songs?
Right.
Do you understand now? And that was Timbaland, putting black music together with Middle Eastern music or Arabic music,
right?
And having those type of melodies, people need to understand. What people deem as music in the Western world, the scale is different to the music in anywhere else in the world.
100%.
They have different, vocal ranges in the Middle East, for example, or in. If you go to Korea, there's Korean jazz music from the 1980s and shit like that, which is completely different scales to what we use in America or the UK or even in Europe. And sometimes having these together or sometimes fusing it together, you can get something that's very unique. And once you do it and you're the originator of it, no one else can ever come and do it, especially if you become better at it. Like, my opinion is no one can come and do what I do. And that's facts.
But another thing I was thinking about is with the storytelling that you often do, both on this album and just in general, you have a very spiritual approach to things, I feel. Like, when I listen to a lot of your lyrics, it gives me a lot of reassurance in a way, to feel like, okay, he's been in a similar position as I am right now, and he got out of it, so as can I, inshallah.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, I'm a strong believer in God's plan and that everything happens for a reason, but you never know when it's over and when God says your time has come.
Yeah.
So what would you want the world to be left with?
I'm a firm believer in someone that would say, don't stream my music when that happens. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe in... I feel like, you know, as much as I love music, I feel like it's not something that is religiously inclined with... Like, it's not inclined with my beliefs. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
But we're all sinners. So... but in general, I just want him to remember that no one else in this world can do it like I did. That's a fact. It was, you know, it's been... People need to understand that just having a mask on and getting as far as I have till now, and even I've got further to go, it's still a very, very hard task to do. Because you're entering places, you're 6'4", you're a big guy, you've got a mask on, and everyone thinks you're about to shoot someone in the face.
Right.
When in reality, you can be the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Or your energy can be in line. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm a cool guy. Do you know what I mean? As long as no one comes to approach me in that type of manner, then I'm very easygoing. I got time for people that listening to me, my listeners. I got time for my fans. There's been days I've finished shows and I'm super tired, bro. And I've gone outside and I'm taking pictures with like about 100, 200 people. And I wait till all of them are done. On my feet, I'm just standing there taking picture after picture. Yeah. And these are the people, in essence, that listen to me, that relate to me, or people that stream and buy my music.
Right.
So yeah, I just want him to remember that there's only one me, bro.
När kalla spottar kommer Eddy på meningen och du bländar sig därför den är först. Det räcker bara att du går och läser tidningen och du fattar att vi inte är bluff. Sällan ensam när jag står där på kanten, större chans att du står där med min trupp. Om du inte tror på mig att det är där på riktigt, snälla body cup. Hämta kastan på vår, black on black with matching clothes. Men min broder i en något på kommer rappa på. Värsta auran är ändå, bästa grabben bakom lås. Dyron ligger bakom skoten då det är dags att ratta på.
He's hard. It's very different as well. The video's sick as well.
Som ett viktig om du steppar runt i GBG City. Close your eyes, don't be a witness. Folk är redo göra grabbar till bitches. Hoes är redo ta habba för a riches. Någon är redo för att hamna i klistret för rätt summa. In i garaget och hämta en trumma. Men back vart du kom från, back hur det går. Något borde act up, cut black in igår. Folk har ingen backbone och snäppen och mortis. Folk tar för något, det blir stress i hans gård. Taktiskt, sen var på din vakt.
He's sick. I like him, he's got personality.
Hämta kastan på vår, black on black with matching clothes. Men min broder i en något på kommer rappa på. Värsta auran är ändå, bästa grabben bakom lås. Dyron ligger bakom skoten då det är dags att ratta på. Fortsätt dansa, gör en show. Mi amor är Matador, ge dig mer än vad du tål. Hon drar åt sig alla fyra så hon fyller det med
He's hard. I like him. Not even about the views, but he's hard itself. Like, the music's good, man. I'm gonna remember him. Yeah, I remember. Artie, they call him Artie.
Man kan godt blive fangelejt ligesom Tom og Jerry. Du er hendes opmærksomhed, man prøver ikke ihærdigt. Giver hende ikke for mange komplimenter, det hun vant til. Men jeg får ned, giver hende alt for meget ansigt. For hun har nok af det. Hun 642 telefoner, der er opladt. Så hun har set lidt af hvert. Jeg vil bare gerne have hendes ben op i vejret. Få hende til at miste varme. Få hende til at tænke på nogle andre ting. Hun har brug for en,
He's hard, man.
hende rapper med et drang og gen.
I prefer this one here.
Alt for mange falske, jeg kunne vise hende nægte. Og jeg tror, at hun er villig til.
I wish I could understand, I'll be honest.
Jeg skal gå amok, hun plejer at kunne tåle folk.
Yeah, I know, I could tell.
De skal fjerne sig. For det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her. For det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her. Ja, det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her.
Is this Artie, yeah?
For det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her. Ja, det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her.
Så anderledes, så er jeg klar til at gå distancen. De er så udbrændte, hvorfor overhovedet give dem en chance? Vi er mange ting, men ikke frelste. Hun siger, så nem at snakke med. For hende handler det mere om fangsten end selve jagten. For spørge, hvem der har lagt den. Hun vil have romance, men det handler om balance. Kan give dig, hvad du har trængt til. Jeg kunne give dig trance. Vis dig lidt om samspil.
I love this video, man.
Og leve i en sangtekst. Og spendere sommeren over i Paris. Hun er så vant til at få det gratis. Så perfekt og fejlfri, de dreng. De er klar til at knække deres sparkris. Bare for at se dig til dig lidt uartigt. Ser dem rykke omkring hende, når de sværmer. Men jeg har så mange ting, jeg kunne lære dig. Hun sender sms, emoji, øjne med nogle hjerter. De andre, de skal fjerne sig, for det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her.
For det ligner, at hun nyder, at jeg er her.
Yeah, he's hard, man. They're both hard, man. This is probably my favorite one so far. 100%. I think he's cold, man. He's got a good sound, man. I need to learn some of these languages, you know.
Pacify with it.
Hey, let me tell you about the life that we live in. Came from the trenches, we're gon' rise to riches. My bros in jail and I pray that they free him. Man, I've been sinning, hoping God forgives me. They never believe me, but now I get paid, yeah, yeah. Now I get paid, yeah, yeah. I'm gon' be a millionaire. Told my mama we gon' make it out. Dreaming about some better days, every kid ain't gon' wake up. No for tipping, I be running out of love. I'm heartless, I don't know how to trust. Me bror bak muren and it's kinda tough. No, a nigga moving low key, they broke me. Folk I through, they know me, they not my homie, yeah, yeah. That's why I got it on me, yeah, 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 yeah. They better know that we don't play around when that boy's in town. Niggas on my block, they make them pagans drown. So you better cool it down.
Have these guys ever been to the UK before?
Yeah, they grew up there a
They
little
grew
bit.
up in UK, where?
I'm not sure actually, but they lived there for a little while. I know that.
Hey, let me tell you about the life that we live in. Came from the trenches, we gon' rise to riches.
Sounds like he's from the UK, man.
Right?
Feeling hoping God forgives me.
But is that positive or negative for you?
That's positive. They've lived there before, so I don't.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
I'm gon' be a millionaire. Told my mama we gon' make it out. I ain't gon' lie, no son, it's my doggy. Came from the bottom, only go get it around me. But man, you shung it up.
No, they're hard. They're both very, very good, man. I'll take this as my favorite one.
All my niggas active to the morning. Fuck a 9 to 5.
Tell me this though, is Sweden fucking with them? I mean, is Norway fucking with them?
No, not yet.
They're still on the come up. They just turned 20. They're super young.
They are 20.
Yes, sir.
They are not 20, bro.
I swear to you.
They are too big to be 20. Bro. If they're 20, then I'm 15.
Say mashallah.
MashaAllah, yeah, but if they're 20, then boy, I'm 12. The fuck?
Came from the trenches with all rags to riches. My bros in jail and I pray that they free him. Man, I've been sinning, hoping God forgives me. They never believe me, but now I get paid, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's not a Muslim as well, innit?
Yes, sir.
From Gambia.
I'm gon' be a millionaire. Told my mama we gon' make it out. And let me tell you about the life that we live in. Came from the trenches with all rags to riches. My bros in jail and I pray that they free him. Man, I've been sinning, hoping God forgives me. They never believe me, but now I get paid, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I get paid, yeah, yeah. I'm gon' be a millionaire. Told my mama we gon' make it out of here.
Sick.
Yeah.
You ever want to get in the stew with them, just say the word.
Once I drive back here, you'll see me, man.
Yeah, we gotta make that happen.
Like I told you, 72-hour conversion rate.
Yes, sir. Before we wrap up, could I just wanted to thank you for your gifting us with your time, and I would like to present you with a gift of our own. So we at Look North, we did a collab with the talented women at Domingo Complex, and we designed a T-shirt where all the proceeds went to charity to those 3 different countries. So just wanted to gift you with that and say thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good luck with your show tonight.
Bro, thank you so much, man.
No,
I
man,
appreciate
my pleasure.
this, man.
My pleasure,
I appreciate it very much, man. And I hope to see you guys there as well.
100%.
It's going to be lit.
100%. And this is the second of many interviews, and we'll definitely help you out with a video when you come back for this 72 hours conversion rate.
Yeah,
100%.
That's my thing.
We'll make it happen.
Let people know.
Post tour.
Let people know. Spread the word. That's I don't even want the song.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
I'll give them the song.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as we work together and we make good music, we're good.
That's fire.
Like we'll work it out anyway, man. I'll be back here and it'll be good, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to come back here and actually, work in the studio.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your time as well, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my guys.
Hey, let me tell you about the life that we live in. Came from the trenches with on rags to riches. My bros in jail and I pray that they free him. Man, I've been sinning, hoping God forgives me. They never believe me, but now I get paid, yeah. Now I get paid, yeah. I'm gonna be a millionaire. Told my mama we gon' make it out.